Hello everyone, Race again, and this is going to be, I'll be discussing Toy Story 5, the teaser trailer that I saw. Let's see, so my notes here, we have screen time, obviously AI rise, so with technology now, an interesting premise. So from what I saw, the villain is going to be this iPad. And it's interesting because it can hack into systems, and apparently from the trailer, the villain has access to the internet, of course, and hacks into the system and does something to get rid of everyone, get rid of the characters, and then they have to find a way to stop. They don't like the screen time, so of course it's very prevalent to now, today's time, with kids on their screens so much. Let's see. So questions are like, how are they going to stop this? How is this going to end? I noticed there's a lot of Buzz Lightyears in this little trailer. In my opinion, Toy Story should have ended on the third one. Toy Story 3 was a solid ending, but of course, I'm sure they want to make more money, so they just keep making more. The fourth one, fifth one, and now this is the fifth one. I think fourth one was unnecessary, especially a lot of the voice actors died, so they had to change voice actors for these characters that we've grown up with. What else? Forky had an existential crisis in the fourth one, right? I don't know. I just wasn't much of a fan of Forky. I guess because I've grown out of it. I mean, I of course grew up with Toy Story, the first one, and I liked the second one as a kid. The second one was really good, in my opinion. I didn't really see the third one in theaters. I think I saw it on a reaction channel. Well, also I worked with some kids at a kind of like a babysitting gig, and with this babysitting gig, I saw it on screen, the whole thing. Toy Story 3, they played that a lot. Toy Story 4, I think I saw YouTubers react to it, but then I think also at that same job they play Toy Story 4 as well, I think, because I've seen it all the way through. I just didn't see it in theaters. So Toy Story 4, yeah, had a lot of problems in my opinion. Just didn't like Forky, didn't care much for that. Raises a lot of questions. So anything a kid creates, that means it could just come to life, because Forky is just a plastic spoon. If someone takes like a pin and puts appendages on it and puts little googly eye faces and a mouth and I don't know, somehow feet, like what, popsicle sticks, as feet right here, would this be a toy? Because of course a kid would play with it like this and imagine this pin's moving as a toy, then setting it down, would it come to life when I'm not around? So I didn't like that with Forky. Just thought, But kids imagine, it's okay if it's the kid's imagination. Anyway. What else with fourth one? I know I should be talking about the fifth trailer, but it relates with it because it's a continuation that I don't think it was just unnecessary. And then the fourth one also had Buzz talking about his inner voice, whatever, because he has a little punch. He can punch little buttons and it'll repeat. It has a recording inside of him that'll say certain catchphrases, even like Woody pulling his string, and it says all sorts of things that the manufacturers created for him. So I'm just thinking with the fourth one, what else? And of course they introduced new characters. And then what's his name? Those comedians. Oh man, I can see them, but I forgot their names. Key and Peele. There you go. Okay. So yeah. So Key and Peele are, on, of course, Toy Story 4, which is hilarious. The two stuffed animal characters they play, I think is funny. Those got me laughing, actually, when I saw that. Now, Toy Story 4, what I didn't like, I know I should go to the fifth trailer I was talking about, but I really just also want to talk about the fourth Toy Story 4 because of, obviously, it relates to the fifth one. I didn't like Toy Story 4, though, with, what's her name, Bo Peep. I didn't like what they did with Bo Peep. This would have to be another separate video I'll have to do about feminism and how, because if you saw Bo Peep in the first one, she was clearly into Woody as a romantic, character, or a feminine character. And then when you get to the fourth one, they say that, they show Bo Peep as this strong, bad character. Like, she's tough stuff. She can handle anything. She don't need no man, and she's living independently on her own. And I'm like, ugh, I just can't stand that stuff. But that'll be a separate video for another time. For now, though, I should focus on Toy Story 5. So, like I said, that's just in my note, though, about Bo Peep. Thoughts on Bo Peep. Because, of course, she's still her, shows a little clip of her with Woody because they separated in the fourth one. That's why I brought up the fourth one, right? It's a continuation. So they're rescuing, I guess, abandoned toys. Another really quick thing. For Toy Story 4, I would have really liked if they had shown when Woody went to the antique shop. It would have been cool if what's his name? Sid. It would be cool if Sid was there, right? The kid from the first one, if they did a cameo of him and he's grown up now and he actually having that experience with Woody. Because imagine that. That'd be a cool story if you think about it. Toy Story, like if it's going to be in the fifth one or sixth one, because I'm sure they'll make a sixth one. But it would have been better in the fourth one if they showed Sid as an adult and his trauma, the trauma that he went through, seeing Woody turn his head on his own and talk to him, and his characters come, his toys come to life, and he's, that's psychological. It messes with you so much. So imagine if he was in that antique store and he takes care of toys now because he knows after what he saw with Woody, he sees, okay, toys are alive, or they can be alive, and I don't want to hurt them anymore. I want to take care of them. That would have been cool. I would have liked that. Especially in the fourth one, imagine imagine Sid picking up Woody, and Woody sees Sid and recognizes him. And even Sid recognizes Woody. Of course, there's a lot of Woodies. But in the second one, they said that Woody was, had his own TV show and all that stuff. So he was unique. I guess Woody was the only one. Well, there's others, because in the second one, they suggested that Woody, that one guy, the villain in the second one, he was looking for Woody with all his accessories, and he had the hat, so that made him, valuable. Anyway, just thinking to myself, that would have been cool, though, to have seen Sid meeting Woody. And they can have some kind of moment together, like, oh my goodness, like Sid saying like, I'm sorry, even though Woody's not talking to him. He could have said, I'm sorry for what I did, and then left him on the ground and walked away. And that could had a cool camera shot, like imagine Woody right here and the camera's looking at his face, and Woody's just frozen after hearing all that from Sid. And then he, turns his eyes kind of look this way, turns his head over, and then the camera shot shoots over to another angle a little further back where Woody's like here, and you see his head turned looking back at Sid from a distance, and he's, it kind of feels, sentimental, or, like he's happy that Sid changed his ways. That would have been a cool moment for the fourth one. I was hoping that would happen. Anyway, as far as the fifth one goes, yeah, so the villain is just AI screen time, and times are changing. I said Woody dresses like Clint Eastwood because he has that poncho, or he has a handkerchief that makes it look like a poncho, kind of like Clint Eastwood, with the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's see. I talked about there's multiple Buzz Lightyears. That's funny. Or just okay. They brought that up. Let's see. What did I say? Both Woody and Buzz. Oh, I said there's a callback. Buzz and Woody are chasing after a car, just like in the first one. The formula is always the same, that they're separated, right? You have Buzz and Woody in the first one go to Pizza Planet, right? They're separated from the other gang. Second one, once again, the characters are separated because Woody's taken away, and the other characters have to go try to save Woody. New characters ensue. They go to the airport, then the characters are separated again. More adventure ensues. Was it Toy Story 3? Andy's going to college, put in the attic, miscommunication. Off to, they grab the wrong box. Then they're separated in the daycare. Adventure ensues. Always separating, right? There's always separation of characters. Adventure, hijinks ensues. Then they come back, result, and then more try to come back so they can work as a team, solve the problem. Let's see. Fourth one, what will happen again? The third one ends with, Andy giving his toys to Bonnie, and then third one introduces Bonnie. Fourth one, Bonnie creates Forky, new character. Family goes on that trip, and adventure ensues because characters are separated. Oh yeah, because Forky leaves and Woody leaves to save Forky. That's right. So again, characters always separating, adventure ensues from both sides, somehow come together, and then resolve the conflict, work together. So yeah, so you can clearly see that formula is going to be playing out. They already showed that in that trailer. Don't know why Buzz was upset though, like, oh, you don't think I can do it? And then he runs to the car. I think Buzz's character has changed a lot. Doesn't seem consistent. Let's see, they do a callback to Buzz showing up, pointing his laser at Woody, like they did in the first one. Funny callbacks. Let's see. And that's about it. That's all I had. So, I don't know. I mean, I just think Toy Story could have ended with the third one. I did talk about how it could have been better with the fourth one. That's like the Sid cameo, if you will. Because think about it, if you don't see Sid in the fourth or the fifth one, what happened to Sid? Because after seeing that with Woody turning his head around, I would think he needs some he would have psychological issues, but he would probably take care of toys. So if it doesn't end on the fifth one, if they do a Toy Story 6, oh goodness. I should just end it because the actors who voice them aren't gonna live forever. You know, Tom Hanks, you know, Tim Allen. So just got to move on, man. Just end it somehow. And then, like I said, the third one ended nicely. For those who grew up with Toy Story, you know. Or they could do a reboot. Not that I'm into reboots at all. But like they're doing a Shrek on another topic, they're doing a Shrek, a new one, but they're rebooting, or it's just the animation is different and I don't like it. They could have just stuck with the animation. But it's intriguing or interesting, like just continuing the story where Shrek's kids are grown up now. So they'll most likely, and I know I'm jumping from a different topic, but real quick with Shrek, the new one coming out, there of course have the typical trope teenager characters, like I'm a teenager now, Dad, you know, and then have to say, I don't need you, Dad, and then they learn a lesson, and they come back and say, okay, I love you, we're family, I'm sorry. I know, that was completely random. I should have focused more on Toy Story. So, let me know what you thought of the trailer down below, and I'll talk to you guys later.